Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 144.
144.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
Great place for your collectible needs and Mother's Day and Father's Day gifts, too.
And those are coming up so soon, I need to get cards.
That's right.
And PixieVacations.com. It's time to think about summer travel, fall travel, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the Halloween party, everything.
Never too
for
early.
the rest of the never too early for the rest of the year. And we're going to be having a weekly contest right now for that bag, which we'll be showing in just a second. Although it probably won't be this bag, they have like different designs.
Right.
But they will put on the Mickey and a name for you. And all you have to do is let us know if you could go to any Disney park this year, what would it be? And just let us know by Sunday, May 3rd. Like us on Facebook and leave that message.
And we're going to announce the winner of last week's contest right now.
Jonathan Blake. So
congratulations.
Just send us a message, email at denise@mousesteps.com. And if you've already entered before, you don't have to worry about entering again unless you just want to for fun.
And also let us know the correct name you'd like embroidered on the prize.
Right, as soon as, when he writes, and mapleleaftickets.com.
Our official ticket agency, the best deals on tickets in town. Check them out. And this week we're going to start off at the Magic Kingdom.
And we haven't been there in a little while. We haven't been going there as often as we have been to, let's say, Epcot and Downtown Disney lately.
Right, so it was great to get back after the big Easter craziness. It's, as you can see, they're back to working on the hub here.
And there I am, taking my pictures.
Well, you can see Walt is once again in a box. We have a Walt in a box situation going on here.
There's no situation. He's just... Him and Mickey are waiting for the hub to be finished.
That's right. Well, they're doing the other half. We've already shown you in previous weeks. As you can see, the outline of that pink there. And they'll be putting in another nice area with the gold around it with shrubs and maybe trees. Again, they used to have the twinkling
fence.
Trees. Yeah, the fence.
Like right here.
Just like this.
It
just like that. And you can see the asphalt is a nice bright color, not the red color. They did replace this whole half with that different color. See how it has red here? I think the red is a little hotter than the cream color, so I think that'll be nice.
I've never really noticed. I should have this week, though. I didn't realize I had holes in the bottom of my sneakers. So.
Well, look at it. It's actually kind of packed back there. You could see it was a pretty big crowd. It was, even though it was not counted as Easter or spring break, it was very crowded.
It was pretty busy, but we did okay. We got some fast passes and we rode a few things, so that was nice.
It was nice that the horseshoe was open.
Yes, and to me, that's some of the best food in the Magic Kingdom, so I think it should be open all the time.
So now we're going to look at your favorite place here, the former Rose Garden.
Well, it isn't my favorite place now. It's like, it's not my favorite place now.
Anyway, we decided we were going to try something we hadn't done in quite some time. We're going to ride the Tomorrowland Speedway, and we had fast passes for that. So even though it was a hot day, we were able to get right on.
And this used to be my favorite attraction, I think, when I was a kid. At least this and like Space Mountain, because especially when I was a kid, I couldn't drive anything else. So it's fun to actually get a chance to do it again. And we often have fast passes for this. And for some reason, it's like the one thing we never still seem to do.
Right. It's changed a lot since opening day, too. I don't know if you remember, in 1971, it opened as the Grand Prix Raceway.
Yes, I do remember that.
And then it changed to the Tomorrowland Indy Speedway in 1994. They had a deal with the Indianapolis 500. And they used to have the Indy cars outside. You get your picture taken with them.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do.
I guess I didn't know what an Indy car was back then.
Anyway, that went away in 2008, and ever since then, it's been the Tomorrowland Speedway, and we're going to go for a ride right now.
But just so you know, Jeff sped it up so that we could, show it a little faster. But I had him slow it down a little because it was
too fast.
It was making me a little dizzy.
It sort of looked like a very quick race, but it would be fun to go this fast if you were actually riding it, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know about that.
Over the years, the track has been reduced. The first time was in 1974 when they were building Space Mountain. They reduced it then, and then back in 88 for Mickey's Birthday Land, and then in 2012, not too long ago, for the Dueling Dumbos and New Fantasyland.
I totally forgot about that.
Remember that
they
now?
did anything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the track is 32% shorter now than it was on opening day.
Well, it's still, I don't think it's 32% less fun, though.
No,
and you still get to see Space Mountain.
Yes, it was a great...
the Cinderella Castle.
I would love to go this fast on it, though.
Well, it's not as fast as when Jeff first did this. It was like speeding fast. I'm like, okay, I feel a little ill. So, but you can even see New Fantasyland from here. So, but if you want to see a little bit of slower, the regular version,
yes,
we have
the
that
regular
online too.
speed, we will link to that in the show notes.
But I know not everybody wants to see construction, and so it's nice to actually get on a ride and be able to show that.
Right. And one thing you have to be aware of, though, is being hit from behind.
We didn't get hit at all.
People were listening to these signs.
When I was a kid, I used to love to hit everybody. And I don't think we were told not to. So it was
you probably were told not to.
No, I don't know. I think it was to me, it was like bumper cars. So it was like bang, 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 bang. I loved it.
Well, let's talk about the various versions of this at other parks. Autopia is what it's called at Disneyland. They used to have a Fantasyland and a Tomorrowland Autopia. Now they combine the two, and it's one big Autopia.
And we never rode it. In 8 days at Disneyland Paris, we never rode.
It was always a very long line.
It was really packed.
And it seems similar themed to the one in California.
It was probably like an hour wait where like Phantom Manor would be 5 minutes. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right. But, that
time,
means we have to go back.
Well, we already have to go back.
And you can see they have a grandstand area, which is nice to kind of get out of the sun and relax, and you wait for your family if not everybody's going. So it's a good time. I'm really glad that we did it.
Wouldn't it be nice to have an umbrella in the car so you don't have the sun? Like a little something.
That's right. Or you could have it be enclosed.
Or enclosed.
Let's just get crazy. Another new change, we're going to go across the pond to the Polynesian again.
Yep, Disney's Polynesian Resort just opened, I think you call it Kiki Tikis Splash Play, which is actually a very nice kids' water play area.
I wish they had this back when I was a kid, although I did spend almost all my time when we used to stay at the Polynesian in the pool. I didn't even care about the parks back then. I just wanted to swim and go through that, like the slide they had through the waterfall.
Well, I did the pools too, but kind of in the morning and at night I did the parks, and then I was back at the resort usually, certainly most of the afternoon. But this is probably the most extensive of the water play areas that I can think of from the Walt Disney World resorts.
I mean, look at that. They have a slide and everything. 2 slides. They have multiple slides there. Really nice.
48 inches and under is who can use this. Yeah, I know. You've got the slide here. You've got a slide to the left. You've got almost like a little cave area. You've got tikis who are spitting and squirting. This is supposed to be open until the pool is closed, and they do have hard closes on the pool now.
Right.
So if it closed at 10, this is supposed to close at 10, although the day we were there, it was not the case.
Well, the best part for me, and I shouldn't say the best part, but what I like is they're not doing the same thing. No bucket. All the other
There's little
ones
buckets.
they don't have that big giant bucket. And you don't want it to be the same as all the other kids' play areas.
And there's no real Disney theming. Like it is Disney theming where it's tiki. It's more like Polynesian theme versus Disney themed. The Alice in Wonderland one over at the Grand Floridian is highly Disney themed. So I just think it's interesting that this is very different than that.
Is the Wilderness Lodge Disney themed?
No, I don't remember any real Disney theming.
No Humphrey or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, but you're right. This is totally, perfectly fitting in with the Polynesian.
And I think as far as a kids' water play area, you can't really, I don't want to say you can't do better, but it's pretty good.
I got squirted by these things. You must be very careful. Every once in a while, they'll kind of shoot out at you. But it was worth it. It was a hot day.
Well, that's when I found out I had holes in my sneakers. And I had wet feet all day.
That's right. So because this opened, the walls came down up around the Tiki Terrace here. So we're going to show a little more of that. They've enhanced it since the very first day. There's a nice waterfall. It's a beautiful area.
Well, it's called Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace.
Right.
And this is open from 4 p.m. every day, just like Trader Sam's is. Mm-hmm. And we'll be seeing a number of tikis here.
That's right. Here's the first one. And we're now going to have a bonus contest. Whoever can give us the name first of all the tikis that we're about to see, we'll send them a collection of 5 Polynesian Village postcards, concept art of Trader Sam's, the new lobby, all that stuff. So just like us again on Facebook and leave us the names of all the tikis, and we'll choose a winner next week.
And you just saw the Trader Sam's at 4 p.m. That little, is it like a little door opens?
Yeah, the magical door opens, and they will serve the magical beverages. And we're going to be talking about a very special magical beverage that can only be purchased out here on the Tiki Terrace at the end of this segment.
And it was like my biggest photo of the week, so I thought that was very interesting.
Yes, and it is a very different atmosphere outside here at the Tiki Terrace than inside at Trader Sam's Grotto. It's very relaxing. They usually have an entertainer and
live music.
Exactly.
No effects. It's just a very calm experience. Plus, you have Captain Cook's where we were earlier. Like, we were actually walking from Captain Cook's terrace to the Tiki Terrace.
And what I like at night also is if you time it right, you can see the fireworks right there from the terrace.
It's
very comfortable.
That?
We did not. We got there after the fireworks.
I didn't know that.
Yes, but it was dark and we liked it. It was very nicely lit at night, so I would recommend that. I would do that again. It's nice to break up the Trader Sam's. Or if you happen to have a wait, it's a great place to kind of kill the time while you're waiting to go inside.
Well, we usually wait. When we've gone, we usually get there early, like let's say 3:15 or so, and then there's no terrace.
Yeah, we've never had to wait on the terrace. We've been very fortunate in our planning, I guess.
And here is we've been seeing.
We're not going to give away.
Time.
We're not going to give away. And here it is, the Spikey Pineapple, only available out here on the Tiki Terrace. It's sort of like an alcoholic version of a Dole Whip, and it is very good.
Well, it's very smooth, so it doesn't totally taste like a Dole Whip, but it isn't anything like what Epcot has for the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, which is just like rum in a Dole Whip, which I don't like because I don't really want to taste the rum, and in this you don't really taste it too much. It's just a very, very nice drink, and again, my most popular photo last week.
It is. It's very refreshing. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of alcohol, so I can imagine people sitting out here drinking a few of them without any kind of problem.
Without thinking.
Exactly. All right, so now we're moving on to Epcot. We love going to Epcot still, the Flower and Garden Festival, and here is Goofy watering his garden once again.
Yes, and you never know if he'll be watering or not watering when we show up.
Lately he has been, so it's good for the plants. Quick stop here in France.
Yeah, we always go to Les Halles Bakery. We usually pick something up here, either like a baguette or just a little something.
And here's a nice little display that you discovered while I was in line to get that baguette.
Well, they often change out the window displays here, which I like to find something new, and you can see Remy there.
Yeah, I loved it. That was very nice. And there they are, one of our favorite little snacks. Again, we're going to have a segment in a future show talking about maybe our top 7 favorite snacks at Epcot, something like that.
Well, in World Showcase, and the baguette is our top.
Yes.
And here you can see the different sandwiches also that are made with these baguettes, and everything here is made fresh daily, including the baguettes and the desserts and the macarons and everything.
Yeah, this is definitely one of our favorite places to stop for a snack. We're never hungry when we go to France.
Well, those baguettes are huge. Even
Yes.
if we do like a half of a one, it's plenty for us.
Sometimes we'll get them and bring them home. Mm-hmm. So good stuff. Disney Nature, Monkey Kingdom, they have a nice sand sculpture. We did see the movie, and we really liked the movie.
I very much enjoyed the movie. I'm looking forward to it when it comes out on the Blu-ray.
So these sand sculptures, we were there actually a few days before this was done, but it started raining really, really hard, and it was just a mound of sand. So it was interesting to get back there and have it be completely finished. It looks like it did get some rain on it, though. You could see like the pittance of rain, pitted rain on there.
Well, supposedly the rain helps kind of pack it in also, so I guess they don't mind the rain. But on the other side, you'll see Maya, who is the head monkey, but I think these are the sisters. They kind of make up the names and everything. I mean, obviously it's not really Maya.
Seeing this film though makes me want to go and check out some of the other Disney Natures. I never thought I'd like them as much as I did. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is kind of a big deal. They have all these walls up right next to the Norway Pavilion. This is the area where the Frozen Anna and Elsa meet and greet is going to be put in there. Big, high volume meet and greet.
And the walls have probably been up a couple of weeks at least now, but they just put artwork on them, which is not overtly Frozen. I mean, it is sort of like, it is Frozen-like and inspired by Frozen, but it isn't like you have Anna and Elsa's face plastered on the wall for everybody to take pictures of.
I think what makes it more noticeable now is they've cleared all the trees, or most of the trees, so it looks very open. You could see the Mexico Pavilion up on the left there, and then you can see the Norway. I mean, there's a big space back there.
Do you remember when it was a Viking ship?
Yeah.
I like the Viking ship.
And there was a seesaw. Remember the seesaw back there? It's like a little play area.
I don't remember the seesaw, but I remember the Viking ship.
I fully remember all of that. Yeah.
And I don't know if this is supposed to be Anna. Like, everything's sort of, again, more, it is like Frozen, but it's not like
It's the essence.
inspired by.
I mean, this is clearly the essence of Elsa to me.
Yes, well, it's like the icy kingdom, but it isn't. If you had Anna and Elsa, like their faces in a portrait there, you would need PhotoPass.
Right. Well, it'll be very interesting as the year progresses to see this come alive being built.
Right? I mean, it is probably another year till everything is open, I would guess, like next spring.
Right. And I mean, this is just for the meet and greet. This has nothing to do with the attraction as far as I know. I think the attraction is going to be in the old Maelstrom area. So this is
right.
in addition to that. So there's going to be a big footprint of Frozen at Epcot. That's for sure.
Well, I think Maelstrom is more of a overlay, and then this is a separate meet and greet and maybe all open at one time.
And now we're in Paris.
I want to go back to Paris. Like, we just had a friend who had an emergency trip to Paris, and that's something I would love to say.
So, yes. Yeah. So we're decided we're going to talk about some of the Paris attractions that are unique that can only be found at Disneyland Paris. And this week we're going to start off with Alice's Curious Labyrinth. And we are moving really fast.
It's not all going to be fast. We're just kind of... It would be like 11 minutes we'd be talking about it if we didn't kind of move a little bit quicker. And there is the Cheshire Cat. But there's, it's like a labyrinth with the maze that has the Red Queen's maze is a little bit like we get lost in it.
We actually got lost every time.
I did. I got lost.
Truly lost.
I got lost in all of it.
In the afternoon I did to do this video, I was in there for over 2 hours. You were not there at the time. You were doing something else at Disneyland Paris, and I had to do recording. I wanted to. And I really for real got lost. So it's not an easy maze at all.
And they call it a hedge maze. I guess because there's hedges and it's a maze. But the first part of it is easier, but then it gets a little bit more difficult, even though I get lost in all of it.
The goal is to get to the castle. I think that's the main idea of this.
And this is the dodo bird, who is actually supposed to be modeled after Lewis T. Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And there's a giant Cheshire Cat, almost not a topiary, but sort of like reminds me of Mickey outside the park.
Yes. And the goal of the maze is to get Cheshire Cat walk. Mm-hmm. The goal of the maze is to get to the Red Queen's castle.
Right.
And then you get to walk to the top.
Right.
Or I will say the Queen of Hearts. I always call her the Red Queen. Is that not correct?
I think that both are correct.
We'll call her Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts castle.
Well, the hedge just said Queen of Hearts. That's a giveaway.
Yes.
So get ready. We're going to move really quick again. Here we go.
And, there's actually things that happen along the way. So it's an interactive maze. It's the only one of any Disney parks. You can't find another one like this. And there's like water effects. And, you have the queen who comes out.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see an example of that, I think, right now. There she is.
Ah!
Although the queen does come out when you go on the Alice in Wonderland ride at Disneyland, with that same expression, by the way.
She doesn't really change it.
No.
You can see that we have this video up. We have like 20 Disneyland Paris videos up. So, where you can hear it and all that. But this is I think this is one of our favorites. Again, I'm not very good at mazes. So, I know you said you got lost in this one too,
right.
Like when you went by yourself.
Well, the closest tribute to this would be at Epcot in the UK. No, I'm sorry, the France Pavilion. Right out front, there's sort of a very small, very trimmed
that
maze.
You're not allowed to walk
you can't
through.
really go. That's where they had the Easter egg hid this year in the Easter egg hunt.
Now we're heading up the stairs very quickly. We didn't go this quickly.
We are running up there.
And there's like at least two areas you can stand in, and you get to see really all of Fantasyland.
We're going to look at that. We're going to slow it down and check that out now. We're at the top level, and you can see the layout. There's the small world down there. We're looking down at the maze. And just kind of overlooking Fantasyland.
Right, and in the background we also saw Space Mountain, which is currently down for a pretty big refurb. I know Thunder Mountain's going down for like a year.
Right.
Space Mountain, and Characters in Flight,
yeah.
Even though it's not called that there, Panamagique, whatever it is.
That's Animagique. Wait, we're confusing it. Animagique.
I know how to spell it, I just don't know how to say it.
Right.
At the moment, like
there's
I get it.
Your not Characters in Flight right there.
We'll call it the balloon. We
apologize to all...
Panamagique or something like that.
I'm sure we'll get corrected properly.
Yes.
Oh, there's the Disneyland Hotel.
Well, we can see also the brambles either we're going in or we're already in. And then we have the castle, Sleeping Beauty Castle. Just so much to see here. You know, when you get up there, it's almost like a prize for getting through the maze.
That's really how I felt. And you can even see into the other park, into the Studios Park, the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
Yes, and actually
very similar to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Correct. And you'll see, I think we're going,
There's
a Big
Mountain.
Thunder, and you're going to see Mr. Toad's little village down there as well.
I'm just looking because it's been a while since I've seen this. And there you have, again, It's a Small World, which went down while we were there, and I think it's going to go down again this year. There's a lot of work being done because there's an anniversary coming up, the 25th.
Yes, we need to be there for the 25th.
I know, and that's in a couple of years.
Oh, there's the Mr. Toad. It's actually a restaurant.
2017.
Right.
So they're doing a lot of work already on it.
So we're going to run down the stairs, and they've done a lot of work. You can see it sort of shows a lot of wear back when this was filmed. Since this was recorded, and this was only back in October, they have done a lot of work there.
Is that true?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even...
It was closed for a refurb. They fixed up a lot of these things.
Oh, I'm glad they're doing a lot of cosmetic work. I think the park has looked pretty great.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that we've somehow made it out with running through there, there's a photo area which has been completely redone. It was showing signs. You could see it was kind of scratched up. All this has been replaced. It's all brand new looking now. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I try to keep up.
Well, I read that DLP welcome site. Oh. Our good friend
I do
Fan Max. And that's how I learned all these things.
And there is, this is like a March Hare. It's not really a restaurant. It's a little restaurant, kind of a counter servicey little place, refreshments.
Right. And this kind of reminds me of the Teacups ride that we have here in Florida. But during the ride, he is in the middle and he kind of pops up. What's his name? You know.
Dormouse?
Dormouse.
I think that's right.
Anyway, you know what?
Is that another show?
That's another show.
I love seeing Disneyland Paris again today.
Well, we'll see some more.
And thanks to Pixie Vacations, they will be going to Disneyland Paris themselves pretty soon.
Yeah, sharing some great footage with us, they've told us.
And the Norway cruise.
Yes. Stay tuned. There'll be much goodness to come.
And Maple Leaf Tickets.
Our official ticket agency. And Theme Park Connection, our original sponsor. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and have a great week.
Have a great week.